Funny, as soon as Alund had a little bit of a sniff, you know, thinking like he might be able to draw a level, all of a sudden Nadal gets tougher and Alund gets more defensive. Playing the scoreboard.
Nadal one break away from reaching the quarterfinals in the 2013 Mexican Open. And good touch at the net. Remember, he did play doubles in Viña del Mar. Got to the final with Juan Monaco. And the same result as the singles. Ended up picking up the consolation prize.
The kissing your sister prize?
I didn't say that. So Alund serving to stay in the match. Martin has done well to post 2 consecutive holds of serve. Remember, barely won a point on a serve. In fact, barely won a point in the opening set, period. It was pretty lopsided as Rafa really took him to task. But he's made it, as you said, respectable here in set number 2.
Now, sometimes if you don't believe you can win the match, you go out there and just try to make the scoreboard look somewhat decent so you don't get embarrassed.
What's really helped his cause, though, Doug, in this set, he's gotten the first serve in a lot more often. And when he's done so, he's won more points there. 31% of points on his first serve. He won the opening set, up to 67 here in set number 2.
But that's truly indicative of the men's game, isn't it? As your serve goes, your games go. Your game goes regardless of what the surface is. I mean, some guys on this surface just throw the first serve in to get the point started, but not the best. Even David Ferrer was serving so well tonight. Excuse me, David.
He was closing in on the net cord, and he's closing in on the final 8. Alund just wants to preserve and get one more hold and force Nadal to at least try to serve it out.
And he wants to make the scoreboard look better. A 4 up there is a lot better than a 3.
But he might not get that chance. Nadal looking to close the door. Finish off the second round. Has match point.
Missed it. Really let that ball play him. Didn't go after that backhand volley. The ball dropped so low. And if you know, and you play with that polyester RPM blast, it's very hard to control the volley. I mean polyurethane, excuse me, I said polyester. I'm getting my polys mixed up.
Alund.
Yeah, again, you see him taking that high forehand and really slapping it. It's giving Nadal some trouble having to run to that forehand side.
And there's the hole for game number 4. So Rafa will have to earn it himself. As he seeks a spot in the quarterfinals, he'll serve for the match in Acapulco.
He's going to feel a whole lot better about himself, though, regardless. In the first set, he'll say, heck with it. I was too nervous, couldn't hit the ball. It's this set, I was in there, had some chances.
I'd say that goes so far as that the 4th game being important is just another little extra padding. But even if he had, I think he had to feel good about the way he represented himself in the 2nd set and was able to find a way to at least be effective in some regard. It's all incremental. It's all relative to the
Make
success.
Nadal compete a little bit.
Yeah. Far cry from the 3-setter that they experienced about 2 weeks ago. But nonetheless, strong response after an overwhelming opening set from Martin Alund to post 4 games in this 2nd set.
Tiempo.
Rafael Nadal won this title in 2005, winning all 5 matches, didn't drop a single set. Well, he has yet to drop a set at this tournament. He is 1 game away from a perfect 7-0 record when traveling to the Abierto Mexicano. Looking to book a spot in the quarterfinals against the Argentine Leonardo Mayer. Already had 1 match point as he looks to finish off the match.
Wild. And Nadal never got the feet in position on that forehand.
15 igualas.
I don't remember seeing Nadal miss a forehand that badly previously when I've watched him play on clay. It just doesn't happen.
Oh. 30-15.
Well, serving volley coming in. He's used that when he's needed to get a little extra emphasis. The urgency there, and it nets him a 2nd match point.
Gracias. Gracias. Pues, partido Nadal. 6-0.
The return of Rafael Nadal continues, and a straight sets victory produces a 9-1 start since his return from a 7-month layoff. Nadal into the quarterfinals as he hands the Argentine qualifier a 6-love, 6-4 loss. Now he finds himself into the last 8 of the Abierto Mexicano. Well, the opening set, Doug, was overwhelming. Alund managed to turn things around in the 2nd set, but you always had the final outcome really in mind. There was never really any doubt whatsoever. But assess a couple of the key aspects to Nadal's game: the forehand, his movement, and what you think at this point, how far back into the return and the recover is he?
I think the forehand is good. I think it can definitely get substantially better. I think it's hard to assess the movement because he was dominating so much of the play. So until he plays someone that can put him under pressure, we really don't quite know how he is really moving. I noticed that he has a little bit of a limp in that left leg compared to the right one. When he's walking, he seems to be dragging it. And for this man, at least he got a little bit of respect in that second set, because let's be honest, that first set was horrific. Just couldn't seem to find his way, but kept the second set competitive, leaves and won't feel terrible about the outcome. But for Nadal, Kevin, it's too hard to really say when you dominate a match that easily, unless you get someone on the other side that's going to really possess some kind of challenge to you. How do you really assess someone like Nadal? So based on what we saw, it was comprehensive. But is that truly what's going on? I don't know.
And we will see as he moves into the quarterfinals how the knee responds to the treatment after, get to the ice, and get it all rested, because he'll be back on the court tomorrow night, 9 p.m. local time, as he takes on the Argentine Leonardo Mayer. So on this match, 28-minute opening set, pretty dominant. Second set, a lot closer in many different respects, but Alund never really able to threaten Nadal and not able to convert a single of his 3 break points.
Yeah, and I think the two biggest differences, the serve difference between the two, particularly second serve of Alund and the return of serve. Nadal still has a wonderful return of serve.
So he improves to 7-0 at the tournament. 2005 champion, looking in pretty good form, yet to be truly tested. We'll see what goes on in the quarterfinals, and maybe a date with Nicolas Almagro in the semifinals. Something to look forward to.
That will definitely test his skill.
So 7 of the 8 positions are set. Zeballos awaits the winner of Robredo and Almagro. They are on Concha 2, court 2 that is, and they are underway in the opening set. Nadal and Mayer will next meet in the top half. Ferrer versus Lorenzi of Italy, and Fanini versus Santiago. There are 2 Spaniards, 2 Italians, 2 Argentines, and a Colombian. Thus far amongst the final 8, there's another Spaniard that will join them in the quarterfinals. Well, while we have some time, speaking of Spaniards, earlier today, David Ferrer, looking to make it 17 match wins in a row here in Acapulco, was taking on Wayne Odesnik, the American qualifier. In the opening round, it was all Ferrer, 6-2. Not surprisingly, he would continue his domination. Let's join the action from earlier today, set number 2. Doug and I had the call.
Quince igualas.